I'm open. I'm always open. Excuse my profanity. I'm sorry.
Welcome into the fifth quarter. Claudette Montana, Robin Lundberg here with you to break down some of the top storylines coming out of NFL Sunday Week 4. Robin, we have to start with the New York Jets, who almost took down the reigning Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. Zach Wilson had the game of his life with his career on the line. So after last night's game, should the Jets still look into replacing Zach Wilson?
Look, he bought himself some more time, but here's the problem with Zach Wilson. No one knows how to talk about him. Rodney Harrison was a little out of pocket calling him garbage to Chris Jones on the post-game show, but everyone in the world was discussing him like he was the worst quarterback in the league heading into this game. Now, he played much better and showed more promise than he has in his NFL career thus far. But now he's sort of being viewed as a charity case, right? Because he did a little bit of good and people are like, go Zach! Yay, Zach! Even though his fumble was perhaps the most costly play in the game. So you have to hope, if you're a Jets fan, he can turn those flashes into more consistent play, and I think he bought himself a few weeks.
I feel like he finally showed why the Jets haven't given up on him. He played the best game of his NFL career with his career on the line, outperformed Patrick Mahomes statistically, and to me just gave the Jets a chance to win that game last night. Even though the Jets sit at 1-3 right now, I feel like if Zach Wilson plays the way that he did last night, they do have a chance of winning some games this year.
Yeah, he played well enough that at least we're talking about something other than Taylor Swift. Cincinnati Bengals are swiftly near the bottom of the standings after a rough start to the season. They just look bad, Claudette, and they got blown out by the Tennessee Titans. Jamar Chase, after the game, is talking about how he's always open, maybe a little frustration. Just how bad are things for the Bengals?
I think if you're a Cincinnati Bengals fan, it's fair to adjust your expectations for the season. Maybe say, hey, it's going to be an off year. The Bengals have only scored 3 offensive touchdowns in 4 games, which is the fewest of any team in the NFL. Joe Burrow still kind of limited right now with that injury. T. Higgins going to be out probably for a little bit after getting injured on Sunday. And the team is 1-3 right now. They're sitting last in the AFC North. This team's supposed to be a contender, and they're not playing like one.
Yeah, their season's over. I said it before, but I think it was over when Joe Burrow was carted off in the offseason. He's obviously playing hurt. I would criticize his play if I didn't know better, right? If I hadn't seen him throughout his career up until this point. The guy is clearly limited. At some point, they might have to look at sitting him down, because I don't think this is one of those cases where they're going to rebound from a rough start to get back, to on the cusp of the Super Bowl.
Well, another team that's looking to rebound is the Carolina Panthers. They have started off the season 0-4. A lot of criticism coming to Bryce Young. Obviously, their starting quarterback, their rookie as well. Did the Panthers make a mistake with drafting Bryce Young, you think?
Look, it's too early to say anything definitively, but it's not looking good. And I'm not going to say that as a pure diss to Bryce Young, rooting for him to do well. He played a little bit better this past weekend. But it's not just about Bryce Young and the fact that he hasn't been great thus far. It's the other quarterbacks that were picked at the top of the draft. C.J. Stroud is lighting it up. He's carrying himself like a leader, and statistically, he's on, in the midst of one of the best rookie campaigns we've ever seen. Not to mention, Anthony Richardson looks like a complete beast for the Indianapolis Colts. So when 2 of your contemporaries, 2 of your peers are picked after you and they look better than you, not to mention the fact that the Panthers gave up another first-round pick in order to move up to select you, so far the returns do look like the Panthers may have messed up in making that move.
I feel like we just got to give it a little bit more time before we make this call. At the end of the day, he's only 22 years old, only played in 4 regular season NFL games. And I also don't think the Panthers' sole issue is Bryce Young. For reference, he was sacked 5 times yesterday. They only rushed for 83 yards. Sometimes there's growing pains with a rookie QB. You know who also had growing pains his rookie season in the NFL? Peyton Manning. He threw 28 interceptions his first season in the NFL. I believe the Colts also went 3-13 that year. So I think he was picked number 1 for a reason. I think we got to give it a little bit more time.
Apropos for Bryce, it's a small sample size.